Folgers aroma roasted coffee made from mountain grown beans, richly roasted and finely ground for great waking up aroma. Oh, what that aroma can do, bright a day for me and you. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
You see, a whole society built on addiction to caffeine. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's not my fault, Dad. They were playing it on TV for all those years. I tell you, what a society we live in. With everything that's messed up going on out there, there is something that grounds us. Brings us together. And in the light binds us. And that would be not touching these pennies without gloves. Yeah. You know, you could basically tell how my sleep went the night before by my intro. So, yep. Got a good night's sleep last night. Yes, I did. Let me see. Put this. Yeah, I gotta wear these. This finger gets dirty, but you know, irregardless, they gotta go on. So let's do this. Today is a different day for me than it is for you. Cause let me see. No, I want to keep. See, I look at the sides how they're closed, and the ones that are really closed well, I don't use those. So, we had 2 left in the bag, right, for pennies today. We had 2 left for pennies. Two rolls left. So yeah, I don't like that side. So the first 2 that I'm doing are the last 2 rolls that were in the bag. So I went and I got another roll, and I said, I'm only gonna do 3. I don't even have an extra roll. Yesterday, I had the extra roll to look at that. Look at all those beautiful brown pennies. I had all those extra beautiful brown rolls to pick an extra roll. I'm saying today I don't. So it's a 100%. I like the way that ends. Look how nice. How long has this penny roll been? It looks new. I mean, well, I always find that these rolls, whenever I got them, I save these rolls. I use these rolls, these specific ones. Here's another one for my AU rolls. That means all the pennies in here are from my AU pile. So I can already tell we're going to have a couple AUs at least. And then they go in here. And then, this is my 3rd roll. I know I have another one lying around here somewhere. I don't know where it's at, though. I know it's my 3rd roll of AUs because, that's over for months and months of doing pennies. I'm only on my 3rd roll of AUs. And so I put them in this, the cool rolls, these cool penny rolls that, I don't know, maybe you can still buy them. I'm sure you can. But they're cool for me, you know what I mean? And maybe they're cool for you too. But usually they're all copper and AUs, and we get a wheat center too. But I saved those rolls. I have another one over here. Is this one? This is a different one, but I'll use these when those are gone. But I'll save the old looking rolls. And then maybe I'll get $5 or $10 for the AU roll. 50 pennies that are in AU condition, copper pennies, excuse me. And that's that. So here we go. This is episode. My initial gut feeling is that this is episode 66. Let's see if I'm correct. Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Is episode 66. So just had to clear my throat there. That coffee, and I drink water and coffee in the morning. It's basically my breakfast. I take a probiotic, and I'm on this like heartburn medication the doctor put me on because I had pretty bad heartburn. So I don't know how long I'll stay on it. But we'll see what happens. But that's my morning routine. That's it in a nutshell. And my videos. And how'd you like that little commercial this morning? I thought it was cool. I remember that commercial from childhood. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. That was the best, man. Now, 69, what are we looking for? We're looking for a floating roof. See, I'm firing all cylinders now. I know. But let me tell you something. Okay? And right, so our first penny is for the fines. I'm gonna put that into the AUs. The AUs, I'm looking for something closer to this. You know, this is for eBay. It's like I have a few of them. I think I'm gonna put them together. This is from the other roast the other day. Just haven't put it on eBay yet. So that's a fine. This one here, if this is a copper? I don't think so. Nah. 86. I gotta get a little closer. Work on my posture a bit. Yeah, those commercials were tremendous when I was a kid, man. Tremendous. They made me want to drink coffee. Check out that V. You know, the nice thing about doing less rolls, I took that one from the bottom. I broke my thing already. 63. 63. That's probably an annealing error. Let me check that out. I can't see. You know what? I'm gonna keep that on the side. This is an annealing error, Penny. Off the bat, you can tell has that coating. I call these annealing errors. I mean, I never hear anyone else saying that. Excuse me. You know what? I'm gonna retract that. One of my subscribers, and this is what I want, you know, and I don't want any credit. I swear I do not. It's true. I mean, I don't want it. I mean, I would accept credit, you know. Hey, Jess, you know, that was great. Thank you. You taught me something. Few people, that's not true. A few people have told me that I've helped them. You know what I mean? And that's really awesome. But I have seen one of my, I watch my subscribers and my members videos also. You know, when I have the time, I check in. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. I like. Same thing I expect. Do unto others, right? Do unto others, man. That's like, forget about it. I'm not even getting into that. Okay, so and the subscriber has his own video channel, and he said, he started talking about annealing, and I was like, yeah, all right, you know, that was cool. And I was like the first other person ever that I ever heard talk about annealing. And I'm sure I know they're out there, and they've been out there for 100 years. I get it. You don't have to leave that in the comment. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that talk about annealing, Jess. I know. I'm sure. I just haven't run across them. I'm saying. But that was something that I did my own research on. And I was like, why are all these pennies red? And I was getting all these comments. This one's like a red brown. I was getting all these comments. Oh, that's when the circus came to town and they were giving people painted pennies. And you know, I give it. I don't have my scale out. Some of these you got to weigh, like the 81, 2, and 3. You know, you just got to make sure. You want to see if there's any zinc in there. You know what I'm saying? 307. Yeah. So we have our first AU. I mean, this is going spectacular so far. Spectacular. That's when the circus came to town. And can you believe I actually bought that BS? And I'm not saying that circuses didn't come to town and give people painted pennies. All right, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that that's how fresh I'll put this in the fine category. That's how fresh I was to all this. That I actually believed that if you painted a penny, oh look at this, man! You got to be kidding me. That's a copper large date. Yeah, Philadelphia copper large date. That if you painted a penny, that 100 years later, it's still going to be after heavy circulation. It's still going to be painted, and that's why none of these pennies are. That's why none of these pennies aren't painted. You might find a little bit of paint, but you're not going to find a whole pen. I've never found a whole penny that was painted. I'm not saying that they're not out there. I'm just saying that if they were painting pennies and pennies stood painted for 100 years, then we would find them. That's what I'm saying. And that's not the case, but I believed it because I didn't know. And then so I put them in paint stripper. There's this. All right, it's our first regular penny, circulated copper. So I put them in paint stripper. Like I had to find out on my own. You know what I mean? Because the information out there, a lot of it, not all of it, a lot of it. This is an AU penny. A lot of it is BS. People don't know what they're talking about, man. They're just trolling and putting out really bad another AU. I have to. I'm seeing the condition of the penny, and I'm just putting it into a pile without doing what I'm supposed to do. This is off centered. When they're off centered, this is what I like to do. I like to see if they're also. It's a little bit, if they're rotated also. That was not 16. Another 69D. Let's see about the floating roof. That left, I don't like. If I want a floating roof, I'm gonna ask somebody for $1 for a floating roof. Nah, I don't want to see. I don't want to see the line shadow. I don't want to see the line shadow. I'll put this with the fines. Wow, that's a beauty. Look at that. It looks like a fall, like a Baroque type of oil painting. Let me see. Oh, it's blistering. Beautiful. Also misaligned dye. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Make a nice thumbnail. Maybe not this. I actually like the back better. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a thumbnail of this. There we go. Stunning. So I started doing research, like why are these pennies red? I had because I had these rolls of wheat cents, right? And and a bunch of them were painted, not painted. I see it. You got me. See, I'm still saying it. See, the best part of waking up is Folgers. After you hear something so many times, and that's the problem with, getting bad information. I'm gonna weigh this. That it'll stick in your brain. Wow, 262. 262. Wow. 262. 262. It's 262. Oh, that's crazy. It went it went back down to 257. Let me hit tear. OMG. 257. Oh my god. I was like 262. I was like, why is that significant? It took my brain a while to catch up. Best part of waking up is for. So you hear that enough times and you grow up and you want a cup of coffee. And now here I am, 52 years old, drinking coffee. Oh, wowzers. Wow. Wow. Copper 303, Philadelphia large date. What a absolute beauty woody. You know, and you hear people tell you it's a painted penny from the circus, and now I'm repeating painted penny. So I started doing research. I was like, okay, they're not painted because, first of all, believe it or not, it's funny that I say, I had a painted penny, and you have to watch the video. If you haven't seen the video, go into my search and type in apology or NGC, whatever the grading company is, NC, not NCG, right? NGC, and it'll come up. I think two of them come up. One of them is the first one that I said, oh, I actually thought it was an error. It looked like, I put that with the fines. I actually thought it was an error. And it turned out not being an error. I saw that with the T. That's dirt. That's dirt also. Oh, I have to check that out. Mm-mm. So, wow. See, this is the type of one that I'm on the fence about. I'm going to put this with the AUs. It's just too beautiful. Yeah, I'll put that with the AUs. So it's this. This is another beauty. Wow, look at that toning. So I went on, what's today? Thursday. Okay. I just had a thought. I'm going to weigh this one. Make sure we don't see any doubling. So that's pretty though, but it's not, it's not worth anything. 3258. Let me put up the key dates. So I did a deep dive. Wow, man! Why can't you just be why can't they all be small date copper D's, huh? I mean, I'll take this. Don't get me wrong. Thank you, Lord. I'm grateful. Oh, that's nice too. Super weak. Probably grease. Beauty, beauty, beauty. I already know it's copper. I don't have to weigh it. And I could probably do another deep dive on it. I see that L there. I'll check that out. I think this was we have to see. I don't think we found any after. Oh, we found an 86 there. So far, the newest penny we found was 86. Imagine that. Imagine this roll is from 86. I'm gonna look at that L. Mm-mm. I guess if you go, you could find it yourself. Just go into Google, because there is a lot of really good information on coins. I mean, like super duper. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Info, and I keep all the 59s. Let's check this out. I don't think so. Nope. I put that with the I don't know. I'm gonna put it the AU. I mean, it's so bright and beautiful. 86 again. See, if that line is like really doing something, if it causes an error, I'll keep it. But otherwise, I don't keep them. Wow, it's beautiful. I see that in the S there. See, sometimes it causes that ghost stuff going on. You know, obviously, what you really want is a nice double die. I'll put this with the fines. So I did, I did. Wow. This is why I can't stay on track, man. Those pennies are worth $1 each. 82 compas in that condition are worth $1 each. I'll put that with the AUs. I mean, these penny rolls are ridiculous. Oh, I saw that. You saw that? It's got the it's weak though. That's the lamination error, but it's weak. I'm not keeping that. I'm not trying to take super detailed photo. If you can't see it, like if I can't see it, that's AU. 100%. That's AU. That's incredible. That's incredible. These are incredible. I'll weigh this one. Only because there's so few of them in here, If I can't see the error, I mean, I'm not talking about a double die. I'm talking about like a lamination error, 251. Um, just by looking at it, I'll look at the L. I'll see if that's die cracks. That looks like die cracks. The L, it's nothing. I'm not gonna say there's a die crack because there's another scratch underneath it. If the scratch underneath the S wasn't there, because it really takes away from the error, it makes it look like, you see, this is when this happens. See, underneath the S and of looks like a scratch, right? But through the S looks like a die crack. But the scratch under the S makes the scratch through the S look like a scratch. And that's not a scratch. That's not a die crack. That's a scratch. So I won't even care. I will put it with the AUs though. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful penny. Huh. Yeah, I see that. Check that out in a second. Of course, it has to have crap on it. No. Mm-mm. Wow. So I did my research on. I'll be honest with you, I can't even remember. I just remember the outcome, and that was I was looking up why pennies, some older copper pennies are colored, and this person had a really, really, really great, I don't know, post, website, something. Wow, look at this, man. These are bananas. I might just have to list those on eBay. Buck a piece. Don't forget, go to my eBay store. For $1, if you want to buy a penny, you can. Put this with the AUs. Help supports the channel. So, yeah, I saw that. I don't think so. Yes. We'll see. Let's look at it. Nah. It's actually one of the straighter ones. That's funny. I put that into the fines. And he had a great website. I mean, maybe one day I'll actually do. Maybe I'll do it today if I have the time. I got a bunch of things to do today. I'm gonna see this one. These are the types that they get me on the fence. You know, it's very nice. That's a very But I'll put this with the fines. I try to look for the really a little bit better than fine to put into the AU roll. Oh, this was a great roll. We're almost done with it. I'll put this into the fines. This is a close one too. I wish this was copper. I know it. Oh, whoa. Zinc? It is copper. I think this might be, I mean, it is an 82. I don't know if it's copper. I think it is copper. 317. Oh, this is, and usually they're not that heavy. Wow, man. Can't believe all those 82 beauties we found in there. 71. Yeah, maybe I'll do, I'll find that person's website again. I should have, what's that called when you put it into, you flag it, so you can always find it later on. Favorite it, put into your favorites. Okay, we just finished that's a pretty heavy misaligned die for an 84. Let's see the reverse. No. Will someone pay $1 for this? I don't think so. All right, we're on the next one. We're on roll 2. Wow, man. It's crazy. See, that's a dull. Wow, look at that with the hole in the head and everything. It's a very dull penny. I'll put this with the fines. Probably the die is. Otis thinks that when they're like that, they're polished to smooth. You'll correct me in the comments. That's fine. I'm not I do my best to remember everything, but I think that it's when the die is put that with the fines. When the die is getting old, before it hits that real good late stage die cap where it's like super super smooth and you can't see the features. There has to be a stage before that. You follow me? That's the late stage, right? And I didn't do the research on that. I'm not too interested in it, to be honest with you. I'll put that with the AUs. But there has to be, when the late stage die cap, right? The features are basically difficult to distinguish, the features, right? Well, how did it get there? I'll put that with the fines. It had to be it didn't just pop up, like it went from being clear like this to smooth to featureless. There had to be a progression. And to me, the progression, let me look at the roof. See, it has the left there. Could have been a floating on the, not even. It's not floating at all. There has to be a progression to the late stage die cap. It didn't just make that one last strike and go from details to smooth. There has to be a progression. Has to be. I'm going to say that. I'll put that with the AUs. Put this with the AUs. And I believe that that when you find pennies that they're losing their features, it's because that it's prior to the late stage die caps that we all know and love that have value, but there has to be a progression to it. That's what I'm saying. And and you don't see too many people talking about that. If that's a late stage die cap, then I would say there should be a mid or intermediate stage die cap. I mean, there has to be a stage before the late stage. And again, you don't hear too many people talking about that and what it looks like, right? Another 59. I take it. I takes it. The other one was a D. That's a P. Wow. I put this with the fines. Floating roof. No. Now, floating roof. See, if you have to be careful with the floating roofs. I have to be careful. Because depending on the lighting, if you put in a certain, like right there, it looks floating, right? Ish. And some of them might look, but when you go in a different angle, now it's not floating. So I have to be careful with that. All copper, man. It's crazy. And I just have to make sure I'm not putting them into the wrong category. So I'll put this into the fines. It's like a little bit in between, but I'll put it into the fines. Now, why I keep the fines and why I do that, I don't know. That is close to a floating roof. Let me see if I can get it. You can still see the shadow, but when you look at it dead on, you see, that's the problem. Look, we were just talking about this. See, from a certain angle, it looks floating. I don't like it, though. I don't like it. You see on the right side, you can see the line. Now, right there, it looks floating, right? So a lot of people consider this the floating roof. But right there, it doesn't look floating. It depends. It really depends. Let me look at it off camera. Yeah, this is about as close to floating roof, I guess. I mean, I would say this is a floating roof. I'll hold on to it. I'll say it's a floating roof. I mean, see right there, though, you can see the shadow, but I think they consider that still a floating roof. I don't like it, though. I don't want to have to convince somebody of something. I don't like that. You know what I mean? The other day, I found the penny, and it had a V, and there was a V up on the field, and like it looks like a V. I mean, the bottom line, two lines that intersect at an angle, and it's short. It's a V. Now, is it the V from the VDB? That's a different question. I'm not going to keep this. That's too. I put into fines. If I have to think that much about it, I don't want to. I don't want it. 59 again, another 59D. That's 359s we found so far, and 2 of them are these. That's damage. But a V is a V, regardless of where it came from. It doesn't matter. It looks like a V. Now that you could, that not argue, but opens up for discussion. I'll put that with the AUs. So that's okay. I'll put this with the fines. Oh, it's rotated a bit. See that? Not enough to make it valuable, though. You need that. I think you need a. I'm going to call it a 25% rotation. So it doesn't have to be like this, but it definitely has to be like that. Okay, so it's not 25%. So if each, that would be 25%. Or that would be 90 degrees. So what's happening? It needs like a 45-degree angle rotation to be, for me, significant. But like this, nah. Just give it the dollar test. That's all you got to do. You give it the dollar test. Ask yourself, would I pay $1 for that? I put that with the AUs. If the answer is no, you can't sell it because it costs $1.12 to mail something. Fine. Fine? Yeah, I guess you put that with the fines. Fine. Not one wheat cent yet. I'm a little surprised about that. Or spoiled. I think we found one yesterday? Can't remember. The little rubber fingers, they do help to grab the pennies. Maybe that's why I've been doing the stacking so well lately, because of the rubber fingertips. Hey, oh, hey. You would think I was cheating. Now, subconsciously, did I see that through the corner of my eye? Oh, look at that. No rim on the left. I'll hold on to that. Well, you know what? Got to give it the dollar test. You find so few coppers that are misaligned like this. Is that a rim? That looks rimish there. Let me look at that. I can't tell. Super, super thin. It is kind of there. Like a little line. Let's look at the back. Let's give it the rotation test. Oh, it's not rotated. It's a little misaligned in the back. Could be considered off-centered. I don't know. No one's going to want that. I'll put that with the fines. $68D. We're going to look for the floating roof again. Now, on the right side, you can see a little bit of a shadow, but you don't see a line. See, on the left, you see a line. On the right, You see like a shadow. That's not the see now. If the left was like the right, I would say that's pretty close. And that left here is better than both of the other one. I'll put that as a regular copper. Super duper windy today, but last night. What a destructive force, right? All of nature can be so destructive. I look at that D. All of nature could be so destructive. Nothing. I put that. That's just a regular penny. I put that with the fines. That was border. It's another one. This to me is borderline AU. So once I say borderline, I put it right to the fines. Oh wow, what's this? Yeah, boy. Oh man, 29. I wish it was a key date, but I'll take it. Nice. Nice. Where are we putting the that's the first? Oh no, we found the 55. All right, so I'll put the all right, I'll keep those together. All right, we got 29, man. That's great. I'll put out the AUs. Is it? Is it bright enough? I'll put that with the fines. Fine. I'm looking at this one again. I'm reconsidering putting this into the AU. It's just a little too bright to be over there in the fines. Yeah. Oh, look at the detail on this, huh? Even though it's dark, put that with the fines. Fine. I'll look at the bottom of that rim in a second. And that E, that looks like dirt or something. I'll check that out too. It's like not cement, grout. That's what it reminds me of. Reminds me of grout. Nah. So we're all caught up on this channel with scheduled videos out without the fines, which is awesome. You know, does that mean I can't put an extra one out there? Of course I can. I'll look at that D in a second. But I don't have to anymore. You know, I was on that real mission to schedule videos, and that goal has been accomplished. I'll put this with the fines. So I'm really, really happy about that. I'm really happy about the direction of the channel. Misaligned die. Fines. No zincs for the past two. We're on the third roll. That's a beauty. Fine. I like the obverse. Wow. There's something, I don't know what this is called, but there's something about the I think this is a on the reverse. On the reverse, both sides? No, both sides. This I believe has a special strike. I don't know what it is. Or a planchet. It could have a special planchet. The surface, and I've seen these sometimes, the surface looks like what's the word I'm looking for? The oysters. Iridescent. The surface looks iridescent. After all these years, and it just hasn't. You can see a little bit of the. I mean, it could be a lamination error. It could be it's something, but you can. It's really, really super beautiful. Struck twice. I don't know. Maybe not on the obverse, but more so on the reverse. Just thought I would show that. Maybe I'll hold on to it just as a talking point in a short. Sometimes I'll hold on to something if I have time. I'll do a little research on it, and I'll put that with the fines, and it'll produce a new piece of information. Like the annealing. So it's going to be our first. Oh, that's beautiful. Our first zinc. I don't think so. Yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Something about the strike on this, you can tell. It's like I can't. I don't know if that's the strike. It's probably the planchet. It has like it's not. It wasn't polished or finished or whatever it is. I'll hold on to that too. Yeah, like an unpolished planchet. There has to be something done in the dye process, right? In the minting process that makes the field look smooth. And if that isn't done correctly, right, it has to have. I'll put that with the AUs. That's beautiful enough for that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll put this with the AUs too. Right? Let me see. Yeah, I can put that with the AUs. Right? So if the back to the other, this is the other one. Right? If the whatever that process is to make the field look like all the pennies look, it was incomplete here, or something else went on. But you can see in the field it's not smooth on the reverse. On the obverse, it's perfectly fine. I want to check out that W. No, it's super, really, like the letters are exaggerated. That W really shows it well. Anyway, I'll hold on to that. Like I said, even if it's just to do a little research on laminations or the field or what have you, it'd be a good learning experience. Fine. Now, remember, well, you don't have to remember, it doesn't matter. But these videos are scheduled out, so, you know, it happens all the time now. I get I put out the fines. I get messages, and the messages are in the past, you know what I mean? My past. I did the video, over a week ago, and I did the research already. That's okay though. I'm not saying that's fine. But a lot of times, I already I already researched. I'm gonna put that with the fines. I don't know about AU. What do you think? Oh no, it's pretty AU-ish. Yeah, I'll put that with the AUs. Let me see how it looks. I'm gonna weigh this one. Has a little bit, the tone's a little off. 308. It's hard to say. That reverse though is super bright. Wow. I'll put it with the AU. Let me see how it looks. It looks a little dull. No, I'm gonna put it with the fines. Super spoiled with these rolls, that's for sure. Super spoiled. See, this is a better example of closer to an AU. Those features are very clear. So we're just about hitting on an hour. Not yet. I mean, looks like we're gonna just about be finishing up around the hour time. So that's cool. That's what I like to do. I like them to be an hour. I'm gonna put that with the fines too. AU. Sounds like the wind is just about calming down out there. Fine. Which I'm very, very happy about. Fine. So we got a couple nice wheat cents. Fine. We got a bunch of beautiful pennies, AU pennies. Here's another one, and another one, and another one. Found all those 82's. Now, don't forget, for the time being, I'm putting the abridged version. People like the abridged version because it's, instead of watching 1 hour, you can watch the abridged, or you watch both. You know what I mean? See what you think about it. That with the fines. Fine. It's close. Fine. Fingerprints just too much on it. Not one zinc in the second two rolls. And a bunch of them in the first. The first roll was good too. We got those 82's. I don't know. See, I get iffy. Let me see. Let me see how it looks with the rest of the AUs. We actually found three beautiful, more than three. We found so many 1980s for some. I'm just looking at them here. They're right here sitting on the top. And then we had that one. We found more than, wow, there were a lot of 1980s in here. I just realized that. You know, the question is which ones are AU, almost uncirculate looking. It doesn't mean they're AU. They look AU, you know what I mean? So that's close enough, I'm talking about 50, another 80, look at that. Talking about 50 pennies in a roll, right? So, if it's worth $5, that's a lot. Plus shipping. Yeah. I'll look at that L. Nah, it's dirt. Put that with the fines. It's a 61. It's a nice look of 61. Put that with the fines. Well, the thing is this. If copper ever shoots up, right? So I save all my copper. That's number one. My channel is not geared around that. There's another channel out there. And I like his channel. I like him. And his channel seems to be geared around and definitely his most, look at that. Oh, on the 80. I want to look at that. I want to compare that to the other 80. I'm going to weigh this one too. For some reason, the left hand, it felt heavy. No, 3.1. I'm going to compare that O to the other O's. Oh, it's definitely thinner. All the letters like that? Everything? No, it's just the date. I mean, we have so many 80s to compare it to. We could just compare it to another one. Now, the question is it because of this damage or whatever? You know what I mean? Let me look at it under the loop, see what we got going on here. It definitely looks thinner. I almost feel like because of all that, it's like the top layer might have worn off of it. I'm not going to keep it. I will put it with the I'll put it with the fines. Let's see, another 80. Wow, we have tons and tons of 1980s. This is a beauty. This is definitely an AU, 100%. See it a mile away. The only question is it beyond AU? Is it uncirculated? I'll look at that. Look at that. Is that an I on B? I don't think so. It looks just like maybe a piece of the B is off. There's no crimping on it, so it's not like it was crimped off. I don't know. I don't see a chip there. You know what I mean? I don't like it. If I have to convince somebody of something, I don't like it. I will put this with the AUs. I'm not going to keep that. Someone might say that's an I on B. It might be. It might be. I'm not keeping it though. If you have to convince me of what it is, that means I have to convince somebody else of what it is. Put that with the AUs, and that I don't like. Look at all these 19. It's almost like a 1980 roll. Beautiful condition. These are all, not all, a lot of them are almost uncirculated looking. Misaligned die. I'll put that with the fines. It's a very small distinction between the fines and the AUs. It's close. Like this one's close to me, you know? Yeah, put it with the fines. If I can't tell, I put it with the fines. Might have another wheat cent in there. I like that when the zinc shows through. A little bit, not much. Oh, that's pretty. Someone gonna pay $1 for it? I don't know. That's a hard one to tell. It might make for a nice short though, just to show it in a short. I'll hold on to it and I'll show that in a short. So we have three whatever quasi lamination errors. All right, this is the last bit of it. All right, we're over an hour. That's good. What do you think? I'll look at it under the loop. It has some other stuff going on. If it was by itself, that would have been kind of cool. But if it's going to be all over the place, now it looks like it's something different. Forget it. I'll put it with the fines. See, that's lamination error. Just the mixture has too much red or whatever. Or it's not annealing because it's not on the surface. It's throughout the whole penny. Or whatever. I mean, it's not serious. It's just noticing the subtle differences in the tones and what might have caused it. That's all. A nice woody lamination is these are all fines though. I put them in the fine category. 63. Fine. More fines than anything in this time around. What a dark copper penny, huh? I always see, not always, but a lot of times when there's a dent on the side, they look like footballs. Super smooth, one dent. And my feeling is always that that's at the mint. It's very specific, and it's that's how it looks. Different sizes, a little smaller, but about that size. But the shape is always the same. It's always the same shape, like a football. That's a beauty. I like that pretty color. I'm not keeping it though. No one's going to pay $1 for it. And last but not least, 62D. All right. That's because of my shenanigans at the beginning of the. That's why we went so long today. Look at my fingers. Now let's see if I roll this. Because I have to do the what's that called after this? All right, so I'll talk about that. Let me see how my hair looks. So, all right, so a couple of things, I guess. All right, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Mucho, mucho, mucho. And I will see you on the next one. Unless you stood around for this one. Is it still a secret, right, that I do this at the end? Imagine how many people are just clicking out. So, yeah, those rubber finger protectors, awesome, awesome. I'm not feeling the whole glove thing. I don't like it. I like them, and this will be the first time. Oh, they get very disgusting. So imagine that on your fingers. And the word I was thinking about the other day was toxicity. Um, I couldn't, didn't come to my mind. It came to my mind just now. Imagine if there's any toxicity, and I'm sure you could do some research. I bet you there's some toxicity with pennies. Like if you're dealing with them all day long, I'm saying with your bare fingers, toxicity. That's the word I was thinking of. But that's it. Nice clean fingers now, and they're starting to heal. Starting. So I'm very glad about that. And for some reason, I'm very neat now with the pennies. They're in these nice neat rows. I don't know if that has something to do with the gloves. Like I'm hot. Like they're easier to place. They were slippery. Without gloves on, they're a little slippery. Um, so that is also pretty cool. If you don't see if you hear me talking at the end, and then I I don't show myself like in yesterday's, I cut it out because I look at something in my face, like I didn't do my hair, whatever it is. That's I don't like my presentation, then I will edit out um the bonus feature, you know. Now, if I was only doing a couple videos a week and I was really getting into the editing of it, then I could just do another bonus feature and put it in at the end, and that would be okay. Put an ad in between or something like that. Mid roll. I'm learning all the lingo. Put a mid roll in there. You know what I mean? In between, and maybe the people who like this. But yesterday, I've been doing it. I've been doing a video every day or multiple. Yesterday, my wife had off, so I only did one. Today, I have a bunch of things to do, so I'm only doing one. I mean, I might do something else later on, but I had to do from here, I do the abridged version that I'm showing now to the public. And, well, that's not true. It's scheduled from members to public. So even though before I had the abridged versions only for members, but not enough interest right now, but it's still members to public. So if you became a member, you would still be able to watch. You'd be the only one able to watch the bonus feature until it's scheduled, until it's shown to the public. So you would still, so that's still a member's bonus. It's still a feature that only members have. Now, with that said, if I have enough videos scheduled out and I have time, I might do other videos that I just publish publicly, like instantly. You know what I mean? Because there's so much material for members. I mean, you got the long version video, which is this, You have the abridged version, which is next. I go right from here to the abridged. And then you have the scheduled out shorts. No other channel that I've ever seen offers that much um, content for members. I mean, there's other channels that I watch that I like, of course. And I was watching one yesterday. Please become a member. We offer weekly videos. And now let me tell you, I don't know if I mean, that's big time. I mean, if you're offering 1 week video special content, so that's 4 videos a month, and that's it for members, you're big time, man. If you got hundreds or thousands of people, members, and different levels and super chats coming in, woo, that blows my mind. You're big time. You have a big time channel. I'm offering those two plus up to 10 shorts a day. Plus, there are about 50 members only videos. The ones that I said they bridged, I mean, they're in the members only file. It's like 50 of them in there. It's bananas. It's bananas. I mean, I offer tons and tons of content to members. Plus, you get to communicate with me about, right? Because, I mean, again, as long as it's within reason. I mean, if there was like, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to get. The word I was thinking about was, and I'm going to say it wrong, inundated. I'm not going to get inundated with messages. I mean, that's next level stuff, and I'm not even going to think about that. But you would be able to, hey, Jess, I saw this, right? Like I uploaded today. I'll check my messages later, and whoever is a member will see those videos, right? So me and Eric right now, he tells me, give thumbs up. It means he likes it too. I mean, it's really, it's different, and if you can catch something before everything goes away, 2 weeks from now, I'm not going into these pennies, unless it's something super, super that I miss, like that's $1,000 penny or a few $100 penny. Yeah, I'll make an effort to look for it. But otherwise, it's wherever it's at. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, very long bonus feature today. Obviously, anybody who's staying here for it is because they really like this content, this different type of content. And I'll see you on the next one.